Giannis Antetokounmpo just put up one of the most effortless 50 pieces you will ever see in a game. He had 50 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists on 77% shooting from the field in just 30 minutes of action. And he also made 3 of 4 threes as the Bucks cruised to a win over the Pelicans. Giannis has now scored 91 points in his last 64 minutes of playing time. This is insane. And he is averaging 41, 13, and 5 in his last 3 games. Entering this season, Giannis Antetokounmpo, for all of his brilliance, had just 3 50-point games to his name. He now has 2 in the last month. Guy had a hell of a night. Made it look easy all night long, Chris Middleton said. Playing efficient, playing dominant, he's playing unstoppable, playing like the MVP again. We need that from him every night, and he knows that, Middleton went on to say. With this performance, Antetokounmpo became the 6th player in NBA history to have multiple 50-point games on at least 75% shooting from the field. The others are Will Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, Kyrie Irving, and Adrian Dantley. Not a bad list to join whatsoever. What's going on, everyone? It's Luca here, back with another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about Giannis and the Bucks and why the Milwaukee Bucks are looking terrifying again in the Eastern Conference. If you guys can do me a solid favor, hit a like on the video. It does help it a ton. And please subscribe to the channel for more Bucks and NBA content. We're so close to 29K, so if you guys can help me hit that, that would be greatly appreciated. And real quick, about 96% of you are watching my videos but aren't subscribed. So if you guys can kindly make sure you're subbed with post notice turned on, that would be awesome. So the Milwaukee Bucks just faced the Pelicans team that was severely shorthanded due to a number of injuries that team is currently dealing with. Antetokounmpo decided to set the tone early. He made sure that there was going to be no mega upset on Sunday. He had 9 points in the first 3 minutes and 52 seconds of action as the Bucks jumped out to an early 14-2 lead, and neither he or the Bucks ever looked back. This was a no doubt about him type of win. And after this outing, Antetokounmpo now has 2 50-point games this month, 10 40-point games this season, already tied for the most 40-point games in a single season in his career, and is averaging a career-high 31.7 points per game. I feel like we're not even talking about Giannis as much as we should be, because these dominant stat lines that he's been putting up have become so routine for him. For as great as Giannis is, I feel like Giannis is just on a whole different level right now. And more importantly, the Bucks are back to winning. And it was only a matter of time that the Milwaukee Bucks finally showed flashes of dominance, as many people expected this team to be going into the season. And we did see that in the early part of the season, but then of course injuries took its toll on this team. But it's nice to see the Bucks now play how they were to start the season, as the Bucks have now won 4 games in a row. And the secret to the Bucks' recent success is pretty easy to identify. For the first time all season, head coach Mike Budenholzer has nearly an entire roster at his disposal now that Giannis and Chris Middleton have returned from knee injuries. Unfortunately, though, just when it looked like the Bucks were about to go back to 100% full strength, Bobby Portis headed to the locker room in the 4th quarter against Detroit with a sprained ankle and MCL that will leave him sidelined for at least the next 2 weeks. Losing Portis, whose underdog mentality has helped this team tremendously and has made him a fan favorite in Milwaukee, is a massive blow for the Bucks. The 6'11" big man had appeared in every Bucks game and was averaging career highs with 14.4 points and 10.1 rebounds per game. But as the Bucks have done all season, they have done a good job when guys go down with injury, and it's a guy in the name of Pat Connaughton who recently has done a good job and has picked up some of Portis's minutes. More importantly to the Bucks, he's also picked up a significant chunk of Portis's rebounding, as Connaughton has hauled in 26 rebounds in his last 3 games. So despite the setback, the Bucks are confident that they can handle it well again, and that this latest obstacle is nothing more than a challenge that will help them be ready come playoff time. And speaking of the playoffs, I know we're looking ahead here, but Magic Johnson thinks the Milwaukee Bucks have what it takes to win the 2022-2023 NBA championship. But aside from Giannis Antetokounmpo, he firmly believes that Chris Middleton will be a big factor in their title aspirations. And I want to talk about this. For as much as Johnson was excited to see the Greek Freak, he also pointed out how important Middleton has been for the team as well. As since both Giannis and Middleton returned from the respective injury absences, the Bucks have been undefeated, like I said, winning their last 4. And of course, the presence of Giannis has been huge, but Middleton has been solid as well, despite playing sparingly off the bench as he works his way back to game shape. And that being said, Milwaukee is only going to be that much more lethal and dangerous once Chris Middleton is back to being fully healthy. This is what Magic Johnson said: Milwaukee's championship aspirations depend on a healthy Chris Middleton. And this I agree with wholeheartedly. The Bucks struggled in the 2022 playoffs. As we saw, they lost to the Boston Celtics in the second round, and Chris Middleton was out due to injury. The Milwaukee Bucks technically are still undefeated in the postseason since they won the NBA championship with a healthy Chris Middleton and Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the way. And we know how big Middleton can be for this team. He is the Robin to Giannis's Batman, and that is clear to see. And if Middleton can in fact return to his all-star form, you can't forget about the Bucks in the Eastern Conference. Amongst some of the other powerhouses we have seen, like the Celtics, the Nets, and even the 76ers, who have been playing really well lately. But I really believe that Chris Middleton is that X factor. He is that piece, and he needs to stay healthy if the Bucks do want to win another chip, because we know once this Bucks team is at full strength, they are tough to beat 4 out of 7 times, especially if most of those games are in Milwaukee. And Milwaukee has proven that a healthy Bucks team with Giannis and Middleton at their peak is enough to win it all, just as they did in 2021. And I also don't want to forget about Jrue Holiday, who I think doesn't get enough credit on this team, and he was playing like an all-star when both Giannis and Middleton were out, and he's the most underrated piece to Big Three you will ever find. But Jrue's importance to this team on both ends is so valuable. He's coming off of another nice stat line. He had 17, 6, and 7 against the Pelicans. Jrue Holiday has done so many good things for this Bucks team, and he's been that one constant. With guys in and out of the lineup, it's been Jrue Holiday who has done a good job shouldering a lot of the load with the Bucks' other stars out. So this Bucks team, with a healthy Big Three and the supporting cast that they have, they know what it takes to win it all. And don't be surprised if this is one of the last teams remaining in the Eastern Conference playoff field when it's all said and done. So the Milwaukee Bucks, they are looking frightening again in the Eastern Conference, and this is going to be a team that will have a lot of teams scared if they are healthy in a best-of-7 playoff series. So we'll see if the Bucks can keep on winning. They have won 4 in a row. They can make it 5 in a row as they take on the Charlotte Hornets on Tuesday night. So we will continue to keep an eye out on Giannis's brilliance and the Milwaukee Bucks' success. Let me know what your thoughts have been on this Bucks team thus far and how Giannis has amazed you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I read all of the comments. And again, guys, hit a like on the video and subscribe on your way out for more Bucks and NBA content. Your support is greatly appreciated. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off, and I'll catch you all again in the next video.